Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. Firstly, I would love to say that it's my honor to be here today. Now I will introduce myself. My name is Shoon Lae Cho, and also known as Iris, and I'm a student from Teacher Su International School. First, let me begin by asking you a question. Have you ever felt joy when someone listened to you with full attention? You feel valued, safe, and truly understood. You don't feel invisible. You don't feel ignored. And just like us, other people also want to be heard. That's why listening is essential in every meaningful conversation. Now I will share you my story. There was a time I used to think I was very different from the people around me. I felt different in the way I thought, in the way I spoke, and in the things I like. Some people didn't listen to me, and some didn't even ask me how I was feeling, and because of that, I felt invisible. But at the same time, I realized that I have many people who did understand me, who did listen to me carefully, not to reply, not to judge, but just to understand. And I have realized something important, like different people see us differently, and it has taught me something powerful, which is being understood begins with being listened to. Now, listening is one of the most powerful and necessary parts of communication. Since we all come from diverse cultures and backgrounds, it is natural for us to feel surprised or confused when we encounter something unfamiliar. Sometimes we may think another culture is strange or wrong simply because we haven't listened to their stories yet. But if we could walk in their shoes, even just for a day, we would understand why they dress in a certain way, why they follow certain traditions, and it begins to make sense. Attentive listening helps us see things more clearly and respect others. Like when we listen, we learn the reasons behind people's behavior, traditions, and beliefs. This understanding removes assumptions and stereotypes. Like when we listen, we understand others better. Like listening reminds us that everyone has a story, and every story deserves a chance to be heard. And another thing is that listening prevents a misunderstanding and unfair judgment. Like most problems in societies happen because people judge too quickly without even knowing the truth. There is a saying, don't judge a book by its cover. Think about movies. We often see villains and immediately think they are cruel, selfish, and more something bad. Like when we heard their backstory, we begin to understand that they have their backstory, and they have reasons too. And the same things happen in real life, especially on social media. People only show the happy and the perfect parts of their life. And we compare ourselves to what we see without even knowing the truth. We judge too soon without even knowing what it's really like. And some people think that we get judged or we get bad comments because we are different from others. And to be honest, I truly believe that diversity is not a problem, it's a treasure. Look into natures. There are many species of flowers, and each one is beautiful in its own way. Like if we have only one type of flower, with the same color, with the same appearances, and with the same scent all over the world, it will be boring and lifeless. So, like the same goes for people. We have different lifestyles, languages, DNAs, interests, and also like our abilities, or more like we have different knowledges. But in fact, we need all of these differences to create a balanced and more secure future. And the more we listen, the more we learn. Like when we listening can calm our emotions, reduce arguments, and strengthen relationships, friendships, and our communities especially. Like we listen and we just learning by listening. And another thing is like when someone give us advice or share their feelings, like some people don't listen, like if we gonna they just feel like it's not that important or something. But when we listen without judging, like we should listen before judging. So like because while listening can prevent misunderstanding and unfair judgment like those, and like judging out loud creates tension, while listening prevents like these things, these mistakes or misunderstanding. So it is important to listen first. And like there is a saying, speech is silver, but silence is golden. It means while speaking holds an power, like listening holds an even deeper power. That's why many communication experts suggest the 70-30 rule, which is listen 70% of the time and speak only 30%. By following this simple principle, our conversations become meaningful and far more thoughtful. So, wouldn't it be easier to solve problems if we first listen to each other and prevent those conflicts? And like when we listen with an open heart and open mind, our communities become stronger and more connected. So why don't we start listening to each other and prevent unnecessary conflict? So thank you for your attention and hope you're having a wonderful time.